What's going on, Weekend Hangover Nation? I'm your boy Surf, and I'm back with some more training camp battles. Today I'm talking about the Tennessee Titans, and let's start out by taking a look at this receiver position. A few names you need to know: Corey Davis, Tajay Sharp, Adam Humphries, A.J. Brown, Tywin Taylor, Cameron Batson, and Anthony Ratliff-Williams. Alright, so the Titans have had trouble at receiver for a really long time. They call it the curse of Kendall Wright. 2013 was the last time the Titans had a 1,000-yard receiver. Well, at the receiver position. Tight end Delaney Walker had over 1,000 yards in 2015. Now let's take a look at some of these contenders. I'm going to start with Corey Davis, the former 5th overall pick in the 2017 draft. Davis was slowed down in 2017 by injuries, only seeing the field for 11 games, and it really hampered him during training camp and preseason. He didn't see the field until regular season, and it just really slows you down, especially when you're a rookie trying to get acclimated. So in 2018 was a completely different story. Davis started all 16 games. He put up 65 catches for 891 yards. That's an impressive 13.7 per, to go along with 4 touchdowns. Davis is long and can really run, true field stretcher going back to his college days, and has shown an ability to battle through contact. I foresee Davis having a huge 2019. I see him going from really good to elite. He's going to break this curse of Kendall Wright, and I think Davis is going to be one of the true special receivers in the league. Moving on, I got Tajay Sharp. He burst into the league as a 5th-round pick in 2016, putting up impressive numbers as a rookie. He started 10 games, caught 41 balls for 522 yards. Sharp missed all of 2017 with a recurring foot injury. 2018 wasn't his kind for the former UMass receiver. He started 13 games, but only put up 26 catches for 316 yards. Sharp's going to have a really impressive offseason to make the squad. It's become deep, and I think Sharp's fighting for his Titans career. Next up, I have Adam Humphries, 26-year-old former Buccaneer. Humphries signed a 4-year, $36 million contract with Tennessee this offseason. The 4-year veteran has steadily increased his number over his pro career. This past season, he broke out with 76 catches, 816 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Humphries should plug that gaping hole that was the slot receiver position here in Tennessee. Next, I have A.J. Brown. There were 2 Ole Miss receivers taken in this year's draft. One was hyped for how he worked out. The other just steadily produced over his college career. Titans wisely took the latter. A.J. put up consecutive 1,200-yard seasons at Ole Miss. Even more impressive is that he accomplished this with very shaky quarterback play. I think A.J. is going to shine on the outside with his physicality. And good luck in Tennessee, A.J. Next up, I got Tywin Taylor. The sometimes electric 3rd-year receiver has really struggled for consistency over his young pro career. I really like Taylor coming out of Western Kentucky. He was electric with the ball in his hands, and he's shown glimpses of that in Tennessee. Then he just seems to disappear for games at a time. Taylor's now a part of the old guard here in Tennessee, and with the influx of new receivers, he's really going to have to show some of those electric moves to see playing time in 2019. Next is Cameron Batson. Tiny is the word that comes to mind when I think of how to describe Batson. He's 5'8", 165 pounds, but the little dude can really jitterbug. He's twitchy and quick in short space. Batson saw some time in 2018 on punt return duties, though he had one really bad moment against the Jaguars where he muffed the punt, recovered, then jittered into the end zone, resulting in a safety. Batson faces an uphill battle trying to make this 2019 roster. The influx of talent, I'm telling you guys. Next, I have Anthony Ratliff-Williams, undrafted rookie out of UNC. I touched on Ratliff-Williams in my undrafted series, and Ratliff had really strong performances in early camp, so he's making me look good so far. Please, please, please keep it up. Now my prediction is Corey Davis and A.J. Brown start on the outside, Humphries in the slot, Taylor as the first off the bench, and Ratliff-Williams as the 5th receiver. And no, it's not just so I can say I called it. I think Ratliff-Williams really sets himself apart from Tajay Sharp and Batson with his ability to make plays down the field. Plus, his ability to kick return just gives him an extra dynamic that neither one of them really brings to the table. Now here's my breakdown. 2019 offseason was a big one for this receiver group. They reshuffled the deck, brought in 2 talented pieces that should contribute right away. What I love about the tandem of Brown and Davis on the outside is that they complement each other very well. To go along with Humphries' production in the middle, I think this is going to be a very, very productive receiving group. So no more excuses, Marcus Mariota. Big year or get the hell out of town. And next I'm going to take a look at these edge rushers. A couple names you need to know are Harold Landry, Kamali Correa, Cameron Wake, Sheriff Finch, Derek Roberson, and Latroy Lewis. Now here's a little further look into some of these contenders. I'm going to start with Harold Landry, 2018 second round pick. Harold showed some flashes as a rookie. He had 4.5 sacks, he had 44 tackles. Landry was behind two solid veterans, both of whom moved on this offseason. That's Morgan and Arakpo. So the show was all his to steal this season. Landry has made a living in the Titans' weight room this offseason, packing on additional muscles and honing his craft. That's a really good sign moving into 2019. You want your stars to put in the time and become better. Next, I have Kamali Correa, a one-time Ravens bust. He was a 2016 second-round pick, traded to the Titans before the 2018 season for a sixth-round pick. Oof, that is some loss of value right there. Correa turned around and performed really well in a limited role in 2018. He had 3.5 sacks and 19 tackles and a forced fumble. Correa showed enough flashes to think that an increased role is coming his way in 2019. Next, I have Cameron Wake. Man, the old man is still getting it done at age 37. Wake played 10 seasons in Miami, routinely putting up double-digit sack totals until 2018 where his production slipped. The surrounding talent definitely took a dip over previous years in Miami, and it remains to be seen if it's Father Time finally catching up to Wake, or the old man still have something left in the tank. Tennessee clearly thinks that the latter. They signed Wake to a 3-year, $23 million deal, and with the amount of young talent that the Titans have on this edge group, and with the lack of experience that they have, I think Wake's experience is going to be extremely valuable throughout camp, throughout preseason, throughout the regular season. I think he was a really, really good signing. Next up, I have Sheriff Finch, another young Titan edge who performed really well in limited time. Sheriff really made the most of 2018. He came to Tennessee the undrafted way, the blue-collar way, worked his tail off on special teams, and even splashed in limited times on defense, registering 1.5 sacks with 22 tackles. Plus, he delivered 7 more on special teams duty. With his abilities on special teams, Sheriff is going to be tough to supplant on this roster. Next, I got Derek Roberson. He's a 2019 undrafted free agent. Roberson dominated FCS competition to the tune of 68 tackles, 15 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. While he faces an uphill battle to make the roster, he's going to have to show special teams ability if he hopes to make this team. Lastly, I got Latroy Lewis. He's a former undrafted free agent who saw some time with the Houston Texans before landing with the Titans in 2018. Latroy has some valuable special teams experience, and he's going to need every bit of that if he hopes to make this very talented edge group. Now, my prediction for this edge group is Harold Landry on the left side, Kamali Correa on the right side, at least on the early downs. I see Cameron Wake coming off the bench and flashing his pass rushing specialties, and Sheriff Finch rounding out the rotation. Here's my breakdown for 2019. While there was turnover in this position this offseason, I foresee this unit being very productive. Harold Landry has star potential written all over him, and there's more young talent than there are snaps available. I think the key is going to be what Cameron Wake has left in the tank. If his minutes are managed correctly, I think he'll bounce back, and I think this could be a huge year, especially if Landry shows, man, watch out. Okay, next we're moving on to inside linebacker. A couple names you need to know are Wesley Woodyard, Jayon Brown, Rashad Evans, Darren Bates, David Long, and Riley Below. Now let's get to know the contenders. I'm going to start with the ageless wonder, Wesley Woodyard. The man's been consistently productive for over a decade in the league. Every year past 30, you'd think he's going to fall off the table. Every year, he just keeps putting up bigger numbers. 2018, he had 113 tackles, 4.5 sacks. Maybe 2019 will be the season Woodyard starts to slow down. I wouldn't bet on it. Next, I want to talk about Jayon Brown. He was one of the most pleasant surprises of 2018. He put up 97 tackles, 6 sacks, and a pick. He's a former 5th-round pick in 2017 and was viewed as undersized on the NFL level. I'd say after 2018, Brown certainly put to bed any of those doubters. So, next stop for Brown seems to be Pro Bowl. Next up, I got Rashaan Evans, the 22 overall pick in the 2018 draft. Hamstring issues really slowed down Evans during his rookie campaign. It took him a while to hit the field, and once he did, man, it's hard to get on the field when you got 2 linebackers as 3 down talented as Brown and Woodyard. Now, in Evans' limited time on the field, he was productive. 53 tackles. And shoot, as the third linebacker in a talented linebacking core, that's pretty damn impressive. I have huge expectations of Evans going forward. He's too talented and too versatile to ride the pine. Next, I have Darren Bates. ESPN just released a list of veterans most likely to be cut, and Bates was number one on the Titans. That comes on the heels of Bates' offseason arrest on a marijuana possession charge. I'm not convinced. Bates was the special teams captain in 2018 and is a very positive and vocal voice in the locker room. It's hard to replace those guys. Next, I have David Long, 2019 sixth-round draft pick out of West Virginia. Long's aggressive with a downhill style, and he also possesses that vaunted sideline-to-sideline speed that every team covets today. With the current depth at the position, Long's best chance at playing time will come on special teams, so I expect a Long and Bates battle. Lastly, I got Ryan Below, 2017 undrafted free agent out of Michigan State. Below was claimed off the waivers in April 2019 from the Buccaneers. Below has starting experience. While he's facing an uphill battle to make the roster, that experience could prove valuable. Prediction time. I have Tayon Brown and Rashaan Evans as the two starters going to the 2019 season for the Titans. I expect a big offseason out of Evans, forcing his way into the starting lineup. I'm predicting Woodyard as the third linebacker, and I'm predicting that Long and Bates end up providing solid depth and special teams ability. So, all right, here's my breakdown. One of the most talented middle linebacking core across the entire NFL. I see Brown and Evans just flying all over the field. Woodyard's ability on third downs, getting after the quarterback, will only be amplified by additional rest. I mean, the man's 32, about to be 33. Give the man some rest. It's going to be a special season for the Titans defense, and I see him being led from the middle. This has been another Weekend Hangover production. I'm your boy Surf. Give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, leave us a comment. Like I said, if I suck, man, let me know. Please, just let me know. That's the only way I'll do better. Laters.